Hey y'all. Hey. Happy Tuesday. What's going on? How y'all is? How y'all doing? How was your morning? How's your afternoon going? What's going down? We got to talk, y'all. Gossip is happening. Gossip has happened. We got to talk about an interview. We got to talk about what's being said on social media. I got to talk to y'all about stuff that I want to talk about. Like, we just got to get it all out. So y'all come on in. Come in, come in, and hit the like button. Get comfortable. Throw your like number in the chat. I'm so glad to see y'all. Let's do this thing. Okay, how y'all doing, man? I hope y'all enjoying y'all's Tuesday. My Tuesday's been pretty good. I've been having some strange dreams lately. I think it's almost time for us to have another dream, like dream interpretation live. Like, we're gonna have to really get into it because like things have been shifting in the atmosphere, and I've been dreaming strange stuff, and I'm like, okay, I know I've had to get back to it and praying and getting interpretation. Like, it's been getting crazy, like real crazy, like dead folks showing up crazy. Okay, so we got to have a dream interpretation stream real soon. If not today, maybe tomorrow, because y'all, we got to talk. Okay, and then we got to talk about this part one of this interview with Carlos King and Royce Reed, because the part one on this one was very different than the part one we've been seeing that he's done with other people. So we got to talk about that. Y'all, we got to have a conversation about Tasha K. Now, y'all know I have your back. I'm with anybody. I don't care who you are. If you're right, I got your back. When you're wrong, I absolutely do not. So we got to have a conversation about Miss Thing exhibiting a little bit of self-hate, honey. A little bit of anti-Black behavior. We got to have a little conversation. We got to have a little conversation about that. RHOP gave us a sneak peek with Karen and Mia. We got to have a chat about that. We got Chad Ochocinco and Shannon Sharp out here clowning again. And we're going to talk about the implications of they clowning, because everything ain't just jokes. So we're going to talk about that too. But let me greet who is here. Okay. Let's greet who is here. And let me see how y'all doing. Yvette is in the house. Hey, girl, all the way from Birmingham, UK. How you doing? And thank you for being like number one. I love it. Miss Nisi is here. Hey, girl, thank you for being like number two. Is this Star? Oh, she done changed her name, y'all. Miss Star Living Life. Hey, girl, thank you for being like number six. Hello. The beautiful Bianca Edwards is here. Our star moderator, always rocking the chat, keeping it straight. She got all the little messages be rolling through here. I be feeling like, man, we a real professional operation over here with Bianca, man. I don't know what I would do without her. Thank you so much. I pray blessing upon blessings on your head. I love this girl to death. Y'all, she say hit that like button, get your headphones, and get your water bottles. Now, don't be at your desk cackling and hollering and have them people to find out who y'all listening to over here. I don't want to be blamed. So if you got to laugh real loud, make sure you play it off like it's a sneeze or act like you caught the Holy Ghost or something. They really not coming over there then. Hey, Quiet Storm 87, thank you for being like number 9, working and listening. Listen, I told you, if it get bad, pretend like you sneezing or do like Brown and say, thank you, like real loud. They'll never know. They'll be like, she over there with that Jesus, and I'm not coming over there. People at them jobs, them clear people, they is really allergic to Jesus. They not coming. Patricia Joaquin, she hit the button the same time as you, child. She got number 9. Hey, Kia Cocoa Pop. Girl, you working and listening. Listen, I was sipping on that good drink you sent me, that Hennessy. What? Oh! I had got me a daiquiri, but then later in the evening when I had done relaxed and I had ate a little something, y'all, I had sipped on that Hennessy Pure White that my sister Kia sent me, and baby, woo, let me tell you. It was a beautiful thing. Coach Shari, thank you for being like number 12. How you doing, girl? Good to see you. Cool Gamer is here. Always cool, always in the building. We love you. We love you. All right, Dana Brown in the house. Happy Tuesday. Not your twins mama done rolled through. That's what I'm talking about. How you doing? Nona Perkins. Hey Nona. How you doing, girl? Not your twins mama. Thank you for being like number 14. I appreciate you. Okay, like chaotic. I appreciate you. Hey, Fly Gray Street. What's up, sis? You laying down? Oh man, I hope you feel good today. My sis be going through migraines just like me, so I can dig it. I know where she coming from. Thank you for being like number 18, and thank you for being here with us. I appreciate that. Because that ain't easy when you're hurting. If y'all ever had a migraine, you know. Ain't nobody gotta tell you. Hey, Miss Thelma. Dana, thank you for being like number 19. Okay, you hit 14 same time as somebody else. I love it. Hey, Lel. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. That's what's up. God's anointed daughter is in the house. Hey, listen, I pray that your day is blessed too. I do. Rochelle, hey sis. Sis is like number 22. I love it. Ian the Court Junkie is in the house. What's happening? 750. You mean number 7 or number 5? I don't know what they be doing. They be doing some crazy stuff with them likes. But thank you for hitting the like button, Ian. I'm glad you here. I am glad you here, honey. Dana Cutler, Miss Steelers Nation is in the house. Thank you for being like number 27. Hey, DV, what's going down? Angie is here, the hardest working lady in Dade County. I know that's right. Is this my good friend Sherlock Homeboy? You ain't missed the sermon, LOL. I'm at work listening to the screets. I know that's right. You so crazy. That's right. What you say? Living life, sis. Life too short. That's right. You better do it. You better do it. You ain't got no choice. You got to live it. It's up to you whether you enjoy it or not now. Hey, Ashley. Thank you for being like number 30. You tell Michael he been absent too many times, and I'm going to send out a search party. I'm going to put out an APB because I'm feeling some type of way. I see you, but I don't see him no more. And where is Michael? Tell him I said it just like that, too. Hey, Yolanda. What's up, sis? And thank you for being like number 41. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Krista Jones. Hey, boo. How you been? Missed you. What's been going on? It's good to see you. Diva2, thank you for hitting the like button. Oh, shoot. Number 58. Well, what's going on? Y'all, it's a lot of likes I don't be knowing about. Mm-hmm. I got your message, Ashley, but tell him I love him anyway. Tell him I love him just like that. You like number 58 too, boy. Them likes done rolled in that quick. Dang. Ian say 750. What? Listen, I'm claiming that. I'ma claim it. Listen, y'all know we be claiming stuff. I'ma claim that. Yes, I am. I ain't never had that happen, but I'ma show claim it. Yes, I love it. Dolce, happy Tuesday. Y'all be killing with this Taco Tuesday. I don't know the last time I ate a taco. Maybe I should. I don't know. Should I eat a taco today, y'all? Kashari. All right. We can't pray during this live stream, but hit us up in the Discord so our sisters can get on that because we finna clown and you know we don't play with God like that around here. So hit us in the Discord and we can try to work something out where we can all get together and pray. For real, for real. Krista Jones, you say you've been working and watching the playbacks. Girl, I understand. I know how them schedules run. I just want you to know that you are loved, and when you're not present, folks miss you. We love you, girl. Hey, DH, how you doing? Good to see you. Angela Davis, hey, girl. Number 50. I know that's right. You better do it. Cardin Designs, how you doing? Number 47, I appreciate it. I believe you because somebody else said that the other day, Ian, that it said like a big number like that. And I'm like, I'ma claim that. I believe you. I'ma claim it. It's a reason it showed up like that for you. I'ma claim it. Show him. Hey SFF, how you doing? Hit that like button. Happy Tuesday. Hey Lady T, happy Tuesday. Hit the like button. Mm-hmm. Look, I like it like that. Sometimes stuff be prophetic, child. You got to go on and claim that. Dana said said, just accept the sister. I did that too. It said 250 on one of mine, on one of my likes. Just listen, I'm accepting all of it. I'm claiming all of it. Anything good. Hey, Emmy TV, thank you. Every time I see you, you brighten my day too. Because my littlest one, is Emmy. So when I see your name, I be so excited. I'm like, oh, it reminds me of Sister Tiny. Hey, country girl Queena, thank you for being like number 57. Lord, you saw 14K yesterday. Ooh, we gonna claim it all. I want it all the increase. Everybody in here, claim your increase. I'm claiming mine. Hey, Patricia Robinson. Thank you for being like number 58. I appreciate you. Okay. Look, so listen, y'all. I've been up since God knows when. I don't even know what time. I didn't even look at the clock. Y'all know I don't have sleep in the first place. Okay. Hey, D Saratinas, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. Hit the like button. The boss lady. Hello, hello, my love. Hit the like button. Happy Tuesday to you. And the incomparable Cassie G. Thank you for being like number 36. We got our girl Catherine Bennett. Thank you for being like number 63. I appreciate you. Miss Sparkle is here, y'all. Our resident Mary Kay lady, keeping the biscuit lips of the lady with the biggest mouth real moisturized. Thank you and bless your heart. Okay, because listen, this thing she gave me, this hint of mint lip balm, it worked. It worked. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I didn't even know. Thank you for being number 66, D Seratinas. I didn't even know it was gonna work like that. When I first tried it, there's our newest sister. Hey sis. It's Duke Girl 44. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday, beautiful lady. How are you? So look, I didn't know it was gonna work that good because it's not thick like the other ones, and I have like a whole bag. I have one cosmetic bag that I carry that is just dedicated to lips, and you have to do that when you got soup coolers. You got biscuit lips. You better have an arsenal, right? So I got this balm from Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady, this hint of mint lip balm, and it don't feel thick, it don't feel heavy, but I don't know what it is about it. It feels light, it's not sticky, and I don't know what's going on, but baby, it keep these things moisturized. I have not had a problem. I thought I was gonna run through one because I got multiple tubes from her, but I thought I was gonna run through one of these tubes in a week because that's how bad it had got, especially with the weather changing back and forth. Child, please, this thing is lasting me. I don't have to keep reapplying it, and it really hydrate my big old lips. I'm like, what is going on? It's amazing. Forever 21, thank you for being like number 67.6. And Duke girl, you hit it at the same time. I appreciate both of y'all. I love it. Miss Sparker, listen, God gonna bless you for me. He gonna bless you for me. Because it works. It works. Laprice in the house. Hey, sis. Thank you for being like number 71. I appreciate it. Okay. What you say? Dana talking about, girl, your lips ain't big. Stop. I can show you some soup coolers. Listen, I can't tell you about who lips is bigger. I can tell you for sure mine big because I walk around with them. I was the little girl being told by her mama to tuck your lips in. So I know what I got. Make no mistake about it. I ain't complaining. I'm too old to complain about something like that, honey. I made peace with what I look like and who I am a long time ago. I'm real good with it, but I don't front either. Hey, Fresh Strawberries, how you doing? Megan Roger, hey girl, thank you for being like 71. So look, before we get into that interview, y'all got to see something because it brightened up my day, and I'm gonna need it to brighten up yours too. Hey, Brittany Janae, you don't feel good? Oh, get better. Please, we love you. Please get better. I'm so sorry you don't feel good. And anybody else that don't feel good, I don't want y'all not to feel good either. But let me show y'all something to make y'all laugh. This right here should loosen you up just a smidge so we can get into this gossip. Because I'm finna listen. This right here took me out. I don't know what's going on lately. It seems to be like this whole trend of showing clear women that can't cook on the internet. And it's just hilarious. Like, I have no other words. I have a clip that I want y'all to see because it was over on Bruce page on Instagram, on the Instagram. And honey, it took my breath away. It took my breath away. So y'all, let me share this screen. Y'all just got to see this. You just got to see it. Okay. Thank me later. Let me make sure I got it pulled up so everybody can see it and we got the sound right and everything.
Is it edible?
At first, I'm like, well, it's not that bad, but they're bigger.
But there's no vinegar in there. So here's what happens. That's like all that I can go.
Oh my!
Like Scott,
I'm not trying to be rude here.
it's okay. I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Oh.
It's an artichoke dip, but something went terribly wrong. Okay, so first of
How are
all,
you doing that? Oh.
the vinegar burns.
There's no vinegar.
Artichokes are off.
Ew.
Well, okay, I didn't have a lemon, so I just cut up an orange and put that in there. And then I didn't know what spices to put in, so I put celery, salt, and oregano in it.
See, this is where
And
the little bits of chemistry play in, Leslie. Things didn't combine properly.
So, how are you enjoying it, Amber? It burns.
There's water in here.
It feels like a vinegar.
Is it edible?
It burns. Listen, that I don't know what it was, but it was something about that clip of that lady trying to explain that nasty food ain't had no vinegar in it. And she say she ain't have no lemon, so she just cut up an orange. Y'all, that took me out. That took me out. And then she gonna ask the girl how you enjoyed it. She say it burns. That was the laugh I needed. Talking about something how you enjoying it. Amber is not enjoying it at all. Brittany says she about to get them people up out of here. Baby, she almost got me up out of here laughing. Oh, listen, I needed it. That was the laugh that brightened up my day today. And I felt like I needed to share that with y'all. Something in my heart said, my sisters need this laugh and my nephews need this laugh too. So let's go ahead and get this out the way. Yeah, go ask Amber how she like. Amber say it burns. And the dude was over there wretched and gagging and spitting. Oh my God. I say, man, look, these ladies, they not even embarrassed about putting these concoctions together. That was everything. When I seen this and she said she had an orange and put some celery salt and stuff because she didn't know what spices to use, all I heard was that lady Tenera double chocolate in my head. Everybody's so creative. I said, oh my God. And the fact that they kept thinking it was vinegar. When she said it wasn't no vinegar, they say ain't no vinegar. Because that's all we tasting. Took me out of here. I ain't gonna never be no good no more. LaPree said, I thought you was gonna show the woman messing up the green. No, that offended my spirit. Because see, they gonna keep on playing with them greens till they drive the price up like they did on the neck bones and the oxtails. That did something to me. I couldn't laugh at that. Yeah, you say y'all did need it. Good. Because that right there. Yeah, Amber getting her class action lawsuit together. So yes, now that we done shook off the cobwebs of the morning, because y'all needed to shake them, shake it up, get your laugh on. Now let's talk about what's happening. First of all, and listen, I saw y'all comments about my notebook talking about I was all happy because I had a fresh spanking new notebook. Yes, I was. And I be happy every time I get a new notebook. And shout out to my sisters who every now and again think about me and send me a notebook or something off my wish list. because y'all know I use them for every single thing that I review. And I run through so many notebooks. Since I started this channel, I literally have in my workroom, because I have one room that's just for work, just for my crafts, my sewing and different stuff. And so, and my jewelry, all of that. I have one corner in my workroom that is literally just notebooks. So yes, y'all was laughing at me about me being happy about my notebook. And yes, nanny boo boo, I am happy about my notebooks. Okay. And I got 2 of them. And both of them is Hello Kitty. So there. So anyway, now that I got that out the way, acting like a child, let's talk about what's going on with the gossip. So I'm assuming y'all want to get right into this Royce Reed interview by what I'm seeing in the chat. I think that's where y'all want to go first. It was a lot said. So let's go ahead and break that down, get that out the way, because there's some other stuff. There are some other pressing issues that we're going to get into. I'm not in a big rush. I am hungry though. So as soon as I get off, I'm going to get some food. I am. Melanated energy, you say stationery is your passion too? I love you. I have a kindred spirit. I love stationery and I love pens. Ooh, a good writing pen make me happy. And I like pens that are like odd shaped and like, you know, specialty pens. I had one that was like ceramic and had a Rottweiler head on it because I used to have Rottweilers and I was in love with it and somebody broke it. So thank you for being like me. Okay, and welcome, because I don't know if I've ever seen you here before. Corrine Thomas. Hey, Corrine. How you doing? It's so good to see you. Welcome. Make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? Miss Kaiser so say thank you for being like number 77. You know, you look like a friend of mine named Crystal. You do. From Houston. Okay, good. So let's talk about Royce first, because that's where y'all want to go first. So we finna talk about Royce. Okay. This interview, first of all, the first thing I want to note about this interview that Carlos King did with Royce Reed is that normally, but I would say lately, the last few that he has done, especially like the Kenya Moore, the Erica Menas, the whole part 1 of those interviews have been like almost like a getting to know you session. Like he knows them, but it's almost like he's trying to introduce them to the people who are watching the interview. With Mena, we saw it was a whole like getting to know you / pity party situation. And you know what, Ian, they're my favorites too. They're absolutely my favorites. But my next dog will be a Tibetan Mastiff, FYI. You know, they still, I think they're all in the Mastiff family and they still have similar markings, some of them. But that Tibetan Mastiff is massive and I want one of those big old babies in my house. But I digress. Y'all know I get distracted. But I personally, Megan Roger, why would you say something like that about Royce? Now that's not nice. Nadine Thomas, thank you for being like number 84. So this time, instead of us getting to know you session and, you know, dragging it out, like trying to paint a picture, like, let me tell you who this person is before we get to the nitty gritty, which to me always comes off disingenuous, because it's like, don't do that. Don't try to soften the blow. Just bring the funk. And this go around, I felt like we did not get that getting to know you pity party, let me soften the blow session in part 1. I was expecting him to do that because, and not for any particular reason, other than that's what he had been doing. Like, I get accustomed to people's patterns. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I was accustomed to a pattern. So when I see that you have a pattern, you've established a pattern, that's what I look for. I was pleasantly surprised that is not at all what we got with this situation. I was not at all surprised that that's what we got. Megan says she being honest. How you even come up with that with a girl that didn't even enjoy doing that stuff? Now you don't went all the way to threesomes with this lady. Did you not watch the interview at all? Because I understood Royce. And mind you, Well, we'll get into it. We're going to get into it because it was a lot. And y'all know I took notes. Let me flip the pages. And I can even tell you how many pages of notes that I have. Okay, because y'all know I takes the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of notes, and I do not write big. So I got info. I got the info. I took notes. I paid very, very, very close attention to what was said. Okay. Now, I believe part 2 is going to give us a whole lot more, but he actually let us get into some stuff from Basketball Wives and how she met Dwight and that whole evolution of how that went down. So that was interesting in and of itself. And then part 2, I think it's going to really get into the nitty and the gritty. Okay. So, before he even got into the interview, I think he played clips from part 2 where you basically hear her talking about, you know, her introduction into being a baby mama. That, you know, with the baby registry, you can normally put the man's name, the father of the child's name on there. She couldn't do that. Do not list the baby's last name on the baby shower invitation. I'm like, who does that anyway? You know what I'm saying? But I think that's just more or less I think that was more or less the introduction into baby mama, because that's what happens when you a baby mama. Don't, like, word to the wise young ladies, middle-aged ladies, if you ain't had no children yet, listen. Don't let no Negro make you into no baby mama. You better than that. You deserve better than that. If you have let somebody turn you into a baby mama, that's fine. Just don't trust him because he don't like you. He don't like himself. He don't like himself. He don't respect himself. And so he disrespected you. The baby is a blessing. The Negro is not. Throw him in the trash and pour ashes and mud and feces on his head. Don't have nothing else to do with him. But if you a young woman or a middle-aged woman or whatever, and you ain't had no children, don't you ever, let me say it again, don't you ever let a man turn you into a baby mama. Because that's what he did to her. He turned her into a baby mama. And when she talked about that, even in that clip before they began the interview, you could kind of hear the hurt in her voice. And I imagine it is hurtful. So that's why if a man don't respect you enough to turn you into a wife, then don't you ever allow him to turn you into a baby mama, because it is hurtful. It's ugly. It's all of those things. Y'all, please hit the like button. Use your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side, the circle with the emoji. Send the bubbles up. Let them know we here. Oh, also, our disclaimers, I forgot to give them, and y'all didn't remind me. Remember, we're talking about the celebrities, the influencers, and the people on the screen, not each other. No personal comments, no disrespect. We can agree to disagree respectfully because we are family. Tongue and teeth fall out, kin folks don't. If anybody comes in and I fail to greet them, please y'all greet them, because everybody should feel what? Welcome. Nobody should feel tolerated. And with that being said, I move. So she did talk about that in that little clip, and was talking about, that she had said things in the past and nobody wanted to believe her. Hey, High Vibe, thank you for being like number 88. And nobody wanted to believe her. And now people are saying, like, wow, she tried to tell us 10 years ago. And she did show up and gave the world a view. And apparently Royce still got it. She's still bad. That shape's still shaping. The hips is still hipping. The booty is still bootying. And she still looks fabulous. Okay. So with that being said, the interview then did begin with Carlos King doing what he normally do. He got to, do a little bluster, a little, oh, the people miss you on TV. You know how he do. He did his whole thing. And Royce being, Royce, she was like, well, I see a couple of comments here and there, but I ain't know it to be all like what you saying, because the girls that was on the show, when I was on the show, they got a lot more followers. And, it ain't popping for me like that on social media. So she's like, well, I don't know that. And that's fair. If she ain't seen it, she ain't seen it. I do kind of veer on the side of Carlos with this one, because I do see a lot of people, like, nobody has forgotten her name, but I could see that she really don't move like that. She don't be in the middle of the stuff, right? So And shout out to her for being a Florida girl. Hey, Leah, thank you for being like number 90 from down in Orlando, Tangelo Park to be exact. Little Miss Orange County. Okay, so she was one of them at-home girls. You know the kind they kept in the house, like me and my sisters. We was kept in the house. I didn't get rowdy and unruly till I got up out of Emily and Field House. So I understood where she was coming from. She wasn't allowed to date after she graduated. Okay. And say she wanted to, but mom and daddy was like, no, it'll be a no. My parents would have let us date. It was just most of the boys were scared to come to our house because they were scared of my mama and my daddy. But I digress. She went to Florida A&M. She's a rattler. She said it was a little culture shock because she was at the Clear People High School. I understand it bees that way sometime. She had no dating friends and stuff. So college was her first time, being able to be out there and be wild a little bit. She didn't know how to navigate relationships, she said. So she was always, mad with the boy. Every little thing he did upset her. It be like that. And I don't even know whether it's navigating relationships. I think some of us who come from certain households, when men do things, it pisses us off because our daddies did things appropriately. So when a man is full of crap in any way, shape, form, or fashion, it will irritate the skin off your back. So I think that's what it was. But she said it was due to not being able to navigate relationships. And she said, even now, see, I don't think so. I just think she's a good girl. And, when you're a good girl, it's not gonna be easy to find a good guy. It just ain't. You're gonna find a whole bunch of garbage, like a bunch of it. She said her parents had been married 50 plus years. Same here. Mine didn't make 50 because one of them died first. But I knew what she was talking to and she's talking about, and say she thought she was gonna marry her college sweetheart or whatever, and it didn't work out. She was assaulted in college, didn't tell nobody. And her mama found out about 2 years later because she had wrote a poem, almost flunked out because of it, didn't even tell nobody. That's why it's like, I'm real careful about the narratives of putting all this weird sexual stuff on people because you don't know people's story. This girl don't sound like nobody that was finna be sexually wild, not based on her past and her history. And I know too many people that's their story. Like, it's real close to the vest for me with stuff like that. Right, high vibe. Good daddy set the bar real high, and they almost set us up to be single to death. Like, it's very difficult for a man to even come close to standing in their shoes. So, I understand. I understand it. I do. I'm very intolerant. Y'all know from being over here, I don't tolerate very much from men at all. Not at all. Like, they can chew their food on the wrong side of their mouth, and I'm gonna look at you and be like, you know what? Phil would have never done something like that. You get away from me. So I understand. I do. And she was talking about, her first time being with somebody and it was consensual. It was emotional to her because of the trauma that she had gone through. And I was like, wow, she's being really open and vulnerable in this interview. Thanks for sharing. But it was like, wow, baby, you done been through it, huh? She was talking about that the fact that she couldn't even get into it and thought you're supposed to just do it for the guys. And I've heard so many women that's their story. And the fact that she didn't even have her first lady experience, like extreme, because y'all know I don't talk dirty over here like that. Her first extremely enjoyable lady experience, the big O, in her 30s by herself with a toy. Okay. And didn't have it with a man until a few years ago, and she already 43, and she ain't had that with a man until a few years ago. So I understand. And so she was like, she been through a lot. And she didn't like to share that kind of stuff with people, like going on social media, telling her stuff, no sob stories, all like that, because she felt like people, ain't nobody care. And she was like, now she realized that other people be going through stuff too, which is something I'm always saying. It's like, when you're going through something, don't you ever in your life fool yourself that you the only person been there. Somebody else has been there before you, somebody going through it now, and somebody gonna go through it tomorrow. So I'm glad that she really realized that, girl, share. It's not that you got to do the pity party, and there's some stuff you're not gonna share, but some of the things that you pass through, a lot of it if you just open and authentic and vulnerable and real and transparent, you'll be surprised how many people can identify with you. So I'm glad that she realized that. I thought that was cool. She talked about the fact that she expected sex to always hurt. And that made me so sad. Because I remember, let me tell y'all something. Quick anecdotal story here. When I first got married, I was 19. I was a baby, right? And I had never been with no man till I got married. That was the first man that had seen my nakedness at all. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not oversharing. But I wasn't in pain or nothing, but I didn't enjoy that. The majority of my first marriage, I didn't enjoy the relations. It was something like, okay, I know I have to do it. I know biblically I ain't supposed to deny my husband. So, okay, you could do it, but hurry the hell up. Like, I didn't want to be doing that. And so when she said it was hurting her and she just assumed every time she was going to do it, she expected it to hurt. And she, she didn't want to have to be doing that with a bunch of people. And how she looked up to her mama, and her mama had only been with her daddy. And so I was like, yeah, that's tough. In that moment, I identified with this girl. I did. I didn't enjoy it worth a darn. And I felt like if I was going to be with somebody, let it just be the same person. Because I don't want a bunch of people looking at me, touching on me and all like that there. For her, it was a pain aspect. And that's even scarier. Like, I can't even imagine that aspect of it. But I really felt for her. So then she moved on to her college experience. She danced in college. She was cheering until her arm broke. She did theater, but could never be there for the auditions because she was too busy dancing on the dance team. She just was doing it all. Little Miss America. She says she met Shawnee while she was dancing for the Miami Heat. And she says Shawnee liked her because she respected the wives and she wasn't running after them people's husbands and stuff. And she said she had rapport with Shawnee and she confided in her about a lot of stuff. And then she asked her about being on that show and gave her an impression. Now, y'all remember the new girl, Vanessa Ryder, say Shawnee gave her an impression that it's different now. We on BT, Black Girl Measure. You promote businesses, talk about what you're doing in your brand. And Royce almost gave us the same impression. Like Shawnee came and told her, it's going to be about this and this. You can get this, talk about what your experiences and what you're doing with your life. And she said she had the dance studio from back then. Hey, Diaz. And so she said she felt hoodwinked and bamboozled. And it sounds like Shawnee got a habit of hoodwinking and bamboozling. Oh, Shawnee, old nostrils. Ooh. So then she talks about that Shawnee introduced her to this Tom Huffman character and that he took her around to all the radio stations and stuff. And they was pitching the show and promoting the show. Shawnee wasn't even at the meetings and going to the radio stations and all that. She didn't do none of that. It was Royce and this man and Shawnee's friend. Because she said that time Shawnee and them was shooting the show. Shawnee and Shaq was shooting the show. It seemed like I remember something like that, but I don't remember anybody. I don't know anybody personally who watched that show. I never watched that show, but I seem like I remember that. Okay. She said 8 networks wanted the show, but they ended up where they ended up. Now the CW wanted, but that didn't work out. But it was 8 different networks, vying for that show at that time. She said that when they did the Sizzle, I guess that was like the pilot, the Sizzle. I don't know. Erica, Evelyn, Jen, and she thinks maybe Susie was in it. Royce was like, she ain't know none of them women, but she tried to sell it the best she could. They asked questions. She tried to give them the right questions. She said, but it seemed fake to her. Carlos asked her why she didn't try to get a producer credit, and she was like, she didn't know no better. And I could see that. She just like, okay, I'm on TV. Shawnee's my friend. I think this will be cool. This is my chance. I do want to be on TV. I want to get into acting and be in, Hollywood and stuff. Maybe this way. And she probably just saw it as an opportunity. I believe her when she says she didn't know to ask for that. And so she said initially, like the other girls was cool with her. After Carlos asked her, what did you feel about them calling you bummy and a gold digger and a hoe? And I'm like, wow. And it's crazy because I remember back during that time, that is how they tried to paint her. And it's like, but Evelyn Hosada was the hoe. But you know, that's how I go. You the dark girl. So let's go ahead and put that sapphire trope on you. You know what I'm saying? And people do it without even thinking. It's a natural thing to these trollops. Hey, Queen of Hearts, KS, thank you for being like number 92. I'm guessing. So then she was like, they was cool. And then Shawnee started telling Evelyn and Jen stuff she saw on clips because she was able to, you know, see clips, see this, see that. And she would see stuff on clips and go back and feed Evelyn and Jen info for them people to shoot at Poe Little Royce. Now, and say at one point, Sean, I guess, is one of the producers, came to her and was like, it's boring, we need something. And so that's how they ended up with the pool party scene or whatever. And I remember the pool party scene. And she was like, initially, she didn't want to do no dance contest or something. And you know, her friend, this DJ Irie person was her friend. And that person was there and Luda was there. And, you know, they was telling her like, no, go ahead. So she went ahead and she did dance. I remember that. She was bucking like she was a majorette. Like she was out there like she was one of them 8-count girls. I was like, she giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Like she was bucking. She was hard down bucking like she was one of the dancing dolls. She won the little thing. Melanated Energy say, what was she doing at the meetings if she was going and Shawnee wasn't going? Pitching the show. She was pitching the show. She was doing the radio interviews, promoting the show. So she was pitching and promoting, but she did not get any producer credit because she didn't know no better. She ain't know no better. Oh, Leah, I didn't know you sent a cash app, sis. I was talking. I don't see one. Did you send one? Hold on. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sis. If I hadn't picked up the phone, thank you so much. This is my first support of the day. Let me send a heart because that means a lot. That's sweet. You thought about me. Hey, Trey Game and Fish. You ain't that late. Thank you for being like number 94, love. I appreciate you. And I appreciate Leah. Leah, that was sweet. Megan say the pool party dance off was everything. I appreciate it. I appreciate that so much, Leah. But yeah, the dance off was what it was cool. Like in the moment, I'm gonna be honest. When I watched it the first go round, to me, it gave me cringe. It was a little cringy when I first saw it, but I was like, well, whatever, And I think it was only cringy to me because, she wasn't really dressed to dance. And I thought she was just gonna like lightweight dance, and she hard down dance like she was in the middle of the flow. So it wasn't like a bad thing, but at the moment they was, according to her, she was like, they congratulated her, like, oh, you won. They acted like they was cool. And then Carlos was like, yeah, and they was hating. Carlos pointed out the fact that they was hating on her. And she said, yeah, because that day, hey, Akua, happy Tuesday. She said that day they was congratulating her, and the very next day they straight flipped on her. Straight flipped for no reason. Oh, look, listen, I wouldn't care if it was 50 cents. It's a whole lot to me. It's a whole lot to me, and I appreciate you. Don't ever say it like that. It's always much. Thank you for being like number 98. When people support you and show you love, you appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay. Hey, Brandon Martin. Thank you for being like number 100. So, she said they congratulated her that day, and then the next day they flipped on her, talking about it's a bad look hanging with her. And she said she got emotional because it came from nowhere. She didn't expect it. She said she wasn't used to being treated like that. She had always, been the fun girl. People liked her, and they just was a targeting and attacking her. And it was like, yeah, we saw it, girl. We sure saw it. And it was interesting, to say the least. She said, and for a while after that, she had turned her phone off. She didn't take her parents' call. She didn't go see her godmama. She was shamed, from TMZ, like the comments and stuff she was getting. Like, they really smeared her and tried to make her look dirty and dumb and bad. And they did. I remember that very, very clearly. She said she tried to talk to Shani about different stuff while they were airing during the show, and that didn't help. So after the show, she surely didn't talk to her. And prior to the show starting, she had gave her everything she had, as far as like Shaq trying to holler at her, because she was like, if something come out later, I want you to be able to say, oh, I already know that ain't true, because you know what I'm saying? She was doing what a real Florida girl would do. The difference is Shani ain't one of us. We real girls. So if your man try to holler or something, even if it's past tense, if you in my circle now, you in my space, and we gonna be hanging around each other, I'm gonna lay everything on the table so that way can't nobody blindside you and be like, oh, I bet you ain't know your man tried to talk. No, that way you can say, girl, we already done talked about that. You can't tell me nothing about my friend because my friend done already put me up. That's just how it go. Hey, Jenny Patterson. So that's what Royce tried to do. And gave her the whole thread with Shaq trying to holler at her while he was still married, got mad and cussed her out because she didn't want to try to holler at him. And I'm like, Shaq, you got a whole lot of nerve. Your big musky tail. That girl ain't have to want to talk to you. You look gross then. You look grosser now. You got a lot of nerve. Yes, Vashandia is very whack and messy. Very whack, very messy. And so, anywho, she said she sent her that or whatever, and Shani went to interrogating her instead of her looking at it, seeing it for what it was, and being like, dang, that's why I left that joker. Good looking out. Instead of that, she interrogates the girl. How he get your number? She said, because one of the towel boys or water boys, somebody on the team gave her the number. Well, how did he get it? Because we was friends. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you interrogating her, you should be glad that she turned him down and then let you see exactly what time it was. Shani is a nasty person, real nasty. But then again, I'm going to let that go. Hey, Divine, thank you for being like number 103. And so she said that at one point, like when she tried to talk to Shani about something or whatever, she said the very next day at filming, Evelyn brings out the conversation about the text messages from months before, because that was months and months earlier when she had gave Shani that text thread about Shaq trying to holler at her or whatever. Evelyn brings it up at the film, and it's like, ain't no way in the hell Evelyn could have known it unless Shani gave it to her, because she didn't give it to her. So it's like, okay, that's when she realized, okay, this hoe ain't for me. She messy and she nasty. Carlos asked, was Susie with the bad teeth like the producer's puppet or whatever? And Royce was like, I don't know if you call it that, but anything that needed to be done, Susie volunteered. If somebody need to say something messy or stupid, I do it. And she was like, even with the fight situation that Susie got in, she's like, I do it. Even though she got beat up, she did it. She said she didn't fall out with her, but they ain't spoke since they was on the show. Like they wasn't friends, they not friends like that. They didn't have no beef, no fallout. She still talked to Tammy. She even said during the interview, she still talked to Jen a little bit. No harm or whatever. So he was Carlos was like, well, you didn't raise voices, but you would raise vibrations, and they would, feel away. I think they definitely felt away about her because she was little and cute and young and not used up and dirty. Because one thing about it, when everybody passing people around, and it's the NBA and that whole circle is a Peyton place, everybody sleeping with everybody, and she was a girl that her name wasn't on everybody's lips, they already knew she wasn't dirty and wore out like the likes of a Evelyn. So it was like, Evelyn had a problem, and she don't like actual black girls anyway, unless they like Jen and kissing her behind, or Vashandia. She don't really like black girls like that. And Carlos asked about the situation with her and Evelyn. And so Royce was like, Evelyn couldn't keep up verbally, and they would end up going tit for tat, and say she would try to bring up situations that she heard about, and Royce would finish her with some facts. And we know how Evelyn gets when she can't keep up verbally. She tried to get physical, and she was like, people would send her stuff on her Twitter DM. I remember back when Twitter was child, I had some situations on Twitter. I ain't gonna talk about that. That's ancient history. But people would send all types of information, and she says, she would never say all the stuff that she's seen, because she was like, she got a line, it's a bottom. She don't go into everything. She not no holds barred. She not that type of person. But But that's just what that was. And she was like, she really don't mess with her, so she don't know nothing about her. And definitely took a page out of my book with that when I could feel her in my heart when she's like, when I don't mess with somebody, I don't know nothing about you. And those of y'all who know me personally, y'all know I'm like that. When I don't mess with you, I don't know nothing about you. I don't know where you went, who you went with, where you been, what you got. I don't know if you dead or alive, actually, unless somebody tap me on the shoulder and tell me. When I'm done with you, baby, I'm done. You ain't been quit to Nitra quit you. Okay? Debbie Garcia, not yesterday, Sunday with Potomac. Was you there? I didn't see you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a line that you don't cross. And I could definitely dig her with, once I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. I don't know what that lady was doing now. I ain't finna talk up under another woman's clothes. I ain't heard nothing about Shani. Now, I know she was messing with that preacher, but, let me shut up. I don't know what she did during her marriage, though. I don't know. If it happened, it happened. I don't know. Carlos then asked about the situation with Evelyn throwing drinks, and he mentioned about the fact that she had threw a plastic cup at Susie and tried to throw a glass drink at Royce, and the fact that the scene didn't even call for that, and so it was just nasty. Because had she hit that girl with that glass and it broke or cut her or something, I feel like that's what she really be wanting to do. Like, she would love to be able to injure pretty black girls. Like, she would love to. She's such a hateful little Skeletor looking whore. She really is. But Royce was like, recapping the situation, and she was like, saying stuff to her, why this, why that. She was like, because I don't like you. She said, well, why? She said, what do you mean why? Like, and I remember that because Royce just told her straight up, because I don't like you. And so she's like, well, I think you're a bum. And so Royce told her, you a hoe. And so, that's what it was. And so she said, when that girl threw the glass, the only thing she thought was neck, nose, side of the head. I say, I'm sick of Royce. Listen, Royce is so Florida. Listen, she done been around them other people, so she learned to talk proper. Shout out to you, girl, because you could talk real good. I ain't learned that part. Every now and then it was sneaking up out of though. I heard it. And that fool said you got to cut off their air, blur their vision, and put them to sleep, baby. She said quite that slick, but I knew what she meant, and I was tickled. She said, look, I don't like to fight. It hurt when people, I don't want nobody hitting me all over and stuff. She said, I got to get it over with. I said, I know that's right. It was it really tickled me. And she said the glass didn't touch her because she got them reflexes. She said, but she had reached and grabbed that heifer, and she was going to try to bust her in the head with the glass. Okay, I'm paraphrasing. She said she was going to hit her with it. I'm saying bust her in the head with it. Okay, she didn't say that. But, I know what she meant. And she said that security ran and grabbed her before she could do it. And Carlos was like laughing and making fun of her for saying during the scene, like, oh, I almost got her. Let me get her. And he talking about he glad she didn't hit her. I'm not. I wanted her to hit her. I remember that night. I was watching that. I was gripping my hand so hard I almost broke one of my acrylics because I wanted her to pop her so bad. But Royce said something that I didn't even think about. Royce said that the security got there mighty fast. So she suspect that they had premeditated that, like it had already been talked about. Like, I'm gonna throw a glass at her, I'm gonna try to get one off on her, and y'all be here to grab her so it can look like I'm the big bad wolf and I ain't get my tail toe up. And I believe her. I believe it was premeditated. And say after that, Evelyn ain't never filmed with her no more. Yeah, Evelyn was running. She pulled that same crap with OG. I'm gonna try to go for bad, but I'm kind of scared of getting my behind toe up, so I'm gonna just pretend like you're the aggressor. I'm aggressive as hell, but I'm gonna pretend I'm scared of you. I'm scared of the mean black girl because I can't beat you. I can't out talk you, and I can't beat you. So I'm gonna just pretend like you're the aggressive, scary black lady. That's that stuff them other people be doing. Them adjacent people do. Because they not black. Let's be clear. So she did it first to Royce, and then she did it to OG. But anywho, Russ was like, she couldn't deal with me with words, and you're not gonna kick my behind either. It's not gonna happen. And she said production like Evelyn's mess, and that's just what it was. And so she said, she worked with children. She had an all black, all little young black girl dance company at the time. and it really wasn't a good look for her to be in that situation. And she did, confirm what she said back then, and she said she still feels like Jennifer Williams was absolutely a lapdog anytime she was around Evelyn. They was friends for the show, and she think that was their dynamic. She say she loves Tammy. She felt like when Tammy first came on the show, she tested her like she tested, just be testing people like she tested everybody else. And Royce, of course, stood her ground, and they became good friends. And she told a hilarious story about her and Tammy and going to this church to see that girl named Kenya about the music video or whatever. And they ended up there. Royce ain't had no purse and Tammy ain't had on no drawers, and they had to march around for the offering. I wouldn't have went in. Ain't no way. I'd have been so scared to go in there with no drawers on. I don't know. I would have felt like the Lord was gonna get me, but I could dig it. She said when she decided to leave, she had got cast in an off-Broadway play. She did miss acting. She didn't want that stigma. And I could dig it because Shannon and them producers was gonna paint her as the nasty, bad black girl when that's clearly not who this lady is. We ain't heard no bad stuff about this girl basically since she left that show. So it was just that. She said she told producers that, she was going to go do the off-Broadway thing. She really didn't want to do it. She said they didn't try to offer her nothing to make her stay. It seemed amicable. Carlos asked, did she talk to Shani or tell her anything? She said no, because why? What's the point? And he said, why wouldn't you talk to Shani? She was like, because she don't like me. Like, why the hell would I go talk to her? Hey, Simply Steph. No, I will not. And that is off topic. Evelyn started a rumor, and she was talking about the fact that like so many reasons why she know she didn't like her. And then she goes that, during the show, Evelyn had started a rumor about Shani's little then boyfriend had bought Royce a pair of shoes. And she's like, Shani knew that was a lie and never checked it. She was like, I don't wear nothing but sneakers. I don't do shoes like that. And she was like, it really bothered her because if something's a lie, she would check it. Even if it's somebody she don't like, she gonna check the lie. That's a very Florida attitude for the most part, which is why Tasha K blows me, but I'm gonna let that go. Maybe that's just a Central Florida attitude because we funny like that. We'll hurt you by the lie. You don't lie on people, even if it's somebody you don't like. Tell the truth at all times. But it really bothered her about that. So then we get to the whole Brandy situation. She did speak on that and was talking about, how difficult it is to be on the show with somebody who can go behind the scenes, see clips. They producing, but they also a cast member. And she talked about the Brandy situation and how, for those girls, it's worse because Shani was on the show more with them and they only had to film with her every now and then. And she was like, Shani ain't had no power to fire nobody, but the fact that she said that was, she was flexing or whatever and flaring them nostrils. Y'all know how Shani act. And then she ain't, he asked when the last time she spoke to Shani, not since they was on the show at the reunion. She said she'd be open to a conversation, but she don't really know a reason for a conversation. Carlos talking about closure. I don't understand about no closure. All she said was, she felt baited. She felt like they had good rapport. They would have deep conversations on camera and stuff. They would cut all that out and just show certain stuff to try to make her look a certain way, to spin narratives. She say shit. Basically, Shani would act like she cared, like, oh, I care so much, woo, 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 and then turn around and attack her or help other people attack her, and it was a problem. And then Carlos mentioned that she is a first lady now, and Royce says that means nothing to her. It don't mean nothing to me either, because you ain't the first lady, you the second lady. Or the other lady, because he already had a first lady. But I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna do it. Carlos asked if she'd ever go back to that show, and she said only if it was Carlos producing, because she say he give real stories and they just be like, let's film some bull crap. And I'm like, real stories, girl, you must not watch that Huntsville show because that ain't real. But I'm gonna shut up again. I'm gonna be quiet. She talked about her dance company. It closed in 2019, right before COVID. They won the world's competition. They tried again to go to the world's competition in 2021. Had a good run, didn't make it. And then she left that alone for good. And she's been in a few Tubi movies. So it looks like then we get into the conversation about Dwight Howard. So this was a nice little tidbit. And let's break this down. Cause the way Negroes be pandering and pretending and sending out their representative and being somebody completely different once you get them, baby, if he should change his name to representative. He should change his name to representative. Why on earth would you pursue somebody and then act like that? I'm just saying. She clearly didn't. She clearly don't. Clearly. That's as fake as a $4 bill. But I digress. So with this Dwight Howard situation. So he was trying to ask, like, where you met him. Was it like, was you dancing for the team and blase squaze? She said no. She met him before he even played. Before the season started or whatever, like that. She said she was supposed to audition to dance or whatever, and she ended up not dancing because her friends didn't want to do it. She had showed up to audition. Her friends was there in regular clothes, so she didn't audition because they wasn't auditioning or whatever. So she said she didn't even meet him in that setting. She said they went to go see some movie called A Notebook. I don't know what that is. Hey, Helga Patakin. So they went to go see a movie called A Notebook. And they seen him there, her and her friends seen him and some other guys there or whatever. And they pointed him out like, oh, that's the rookie. And she was like, oh, okay. But at that time, she was still going with her little college boyfriend, the one she say ain't work out. And so he up there talking about y'all in my book. And it's something about a yearbook. And she was like, no, it's no way I could be in your yearbook because she 3 years older than him. Is what I got from this whole part of this whole part one of this interview, and said that no, the magic book or whatever. And so she was like, okay, he seemed a little, my take, not her words. He seemed a little young-minded, like that. And so they went to the movies or whatever like that. And she ended up walking out of the theater to get on the phone with the boyfriend from college because he was saying, and I guess he thought she was seeing somebody and he broke up with her and she was out there crying and snotting. And she went in the bathroom and came out the bathroom and he was still out there waiting and stuff. And he walked up while she crying, talking about no man should make you feel like that. And then he turned around and gave her enough tears to wash a minivan. You know what I'm saying? Just ridiculous. But that's how they do. That's how they do. And then so they was outside after the movies or whatever in the parking lot. She say her friends was like, oh, give me a number. Girl, you could do, how sisters be doing. You could do better than him, girl. They boosted her up, told her to give him her number. So he had her number for about a whole month. And she would just drag him, say if he called before 10 o'clock, oh, it's too early. Like she just ain't have his time. And so she was like, basically what she was trying to do was make the college boyfriend jealous, hoping he'll come on back, and was hoping they was gonna get back together. So after she realized they was not gonna get back together, that she was like, let me stop being mean to this boy or whatever. And so they started hanging out, just being friends. And so that's how she saw it. Say one of her coaches, I guess the dance coach or whatever, seen them together and was like, what's this? She's like, no, we just friends. And say before she knew anything, he just started introducing her to people. This is my girl. Be careful of them men. A man ain't even had a conversation with you, but he just claiming you that same way he didn't have a conversation with you to start calling you his woman. It's the same way he will not have a conversation with you and just get rid of you. It'll be just like that. Now, then after they started going together or whatever, and she was dancing with the Heat dancers, and he wanted her to stop dancing, and she ended up doing, I think she said, another season, and then they did a going away party, and he was at the going away party. Then find out he was hunching one of her dance team members. No wonder he wanted her to stop dancing, because he was up there hunching one of the dance team members. Okay, so she broke up with him, wouldn't speak to him. He was begging, please, 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 I'm sorry, please, please, please. Say she ended up going to Acapulco with her homie, with the DJ. And when she came back, the DJ was like, no, give him a chance. Hear him out. Let's go see what he got to say. and say she went to the hotel to hear him out. Like, why you went to the hotel? You should have told that Negro to meet you at a bowling alley. Went to the hotel to hear him out and ended up hunching. And that's how she got the baby. Okay. Then when she said she told him she was carrying the baby, that he went back 2 days, wouldn't even pick up the phone, pretending like he was asleep, but she seen him playing on the court. Just like that. And say she had to call the best friend even to get him on the phone, because she 26, he 23. Churn, having churn. Say she was crying and hollering and going on. She wanted to get rid of the baby. She wanted to come out to him. She wanted it gone. And she called her mama. Well, first she called him. Well, now I don't know which one happened first, honestly. I was just writing so fast. So I know she told him and she told the mama. Now she told her mama, she crying and stuff. My mama get rid of it. Don't worry. Mama said you got to tell your daddy. She said, I don't want to tell daddy. She called him and like, look, give me the money to get rid of this. He told me, I ain't gonna give you nothing till you come up here. Let me see you up here. She said she didn't want to go to Orlando because everybody knowed her up there, which I understood. People ain't know her like that down there in Lauderdale. Okay. So she like, mama, give me the money. Let me get rid of this. She said, not till you talk to your daddy. So she told her daddy, and she wanted to get rid of it because she said ain't nobody in her family had no illegitimate children. And I understand, because when I was a girl, like literally ain't nobody do that. We didn't have nobody with no, children that didn't have a proper last name. We didn't have that. So I understand, like, when I say I understand this girl, I understand how she got in trouble. I know I wasn't getting in trouble like that, but I understand how she got in trouble. And I understand why she wanted to fix it. I can just tell you how to fix it, and mama wouldn't have never known. Bump that. Not if I thought mama was going to be giving me some smoke, baby. But I understood where she was coming from. Say she told her daddy, and the daddy was like, no, ma'am, you was woman enough to be hunching. You going to catch that baby. That's how some old people think. And I'm sorry, daddy would have been mad as hell because that's all I'm going to say. And so that's when she went to talking about how he went to acting with her. And don't put my name on the baby registry. You can't use the last name on the baby. Shower invitations. Wanted her to do the prenatal DNA test. Where they jug that needle in your belly and get the the information to do a DNA test. And wanted her to sign an NDA and all this stuff. Like, they really was doing the most with her. And she said she kept all of the proof, because she said, even if one day I wasn't around, somebody could find it and see all the proof of what they had done, where she was concerned, how she had been treated and stuff. And she got real emotional. So I'm like, y'all, that little clip we saw, the teaser of the interview where she was talking about how she was scared to talk and how she felt like it might be a hit out on her now just because she's talking. I believe she was really terrified of this person and the level of intimidation that he was putting out. What I will say, ain't nobody look like Dwight Howard finna intimidate me of a goddamn thing. I swear for Eminem's, baby, I'd have messed his life up. I'd have messed his whole life up. He wouldn't have been able to play shuffleboard when I got through. What? But I guess that's the difference in Orlando and Ocala. Because, baby, you out your mind. Threaten who? Intimidate who? How? Orange County let it made it. Marion County would have fixed him. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to let that ride. But she said she never thought she would get a chance to tell her story. So, y'all, next Tuesday is when part 2 come out, and I feel like next Tuesday we're going to hear some stuff. Okay? Now, that's what I think. Next Tuesday, we is going to hear some stuff. All right? And he took her through some stuff. I'm scared to hear what else he did. Just this first part of just how the baby came about and all that. Child, please. He need to have been slapped in. And I'm mad at her. You ain't know how to fix that and don't say nothing. After you told your mama, she talking about you should talk to your daddy. I wouldn't have said nothing else. If he didn't want to hand you the money, you was still little and cute. Somebody would have gave you that money. Somebody. You could have told a Negro you needed that for your rent and went ahead and fixed your problem and moved on with your life. I don't understand. But she said, she get emotional now because she love that baby so much, and she be thinking like, oh my God, and this the child I want to get rid of. I understand all that, what you saying. But baby, Ain't nobody turning me. Oh, let me tell you something. Ain't a Negro alive could turn me into a baby mama. You ain't got enough pixie dust nowhere to turn me into no baby mama. Turn your mammy into one. It'll never be me. It could never. Right, Helga, he should have been sissy slapped. Sure should have. I like that. Let me get some of them comments. Nacho Twin said he could have been a whole rake of Ruth. That might have been why he wanted her to come up there with his creepy self. Yes, Ashley. Ashley say he tried to financially abuse her. Yeah, talking about some, oh, you got to come up here before I give you what you need to get rid of it. Hell, you were going with somebody else. You should have been happy to shoot her. He should have went to Western Union, because that was in the days of Western Union and MoneyGram. He should have Western Union or MoneyGram that girl some money and left her the hell alone, or rolled by the bank and dropped it in her account. Megan Roger saying the fact that her son will now know she wanted to abort him. What that mean? That's a little black child. He gonna be just fine. And his mama from the Sunshine State, I seriously doubt he gonna be around there fragile and weeping into triangular folded Kleenex like, oh, mommy thought about an abortion. Like, child, please. Don't nobody care about that. He here now. He here now. Now, it's good that she decided to go ahead and listen to her daddy. That's a blessing or whatever. I'm just saying, had it been the girl, had it been this girl, child, please, I wouldn't have told nobody but the Lord. Hey, Renee. I'm just saying. No, baby. Dana Cutler say, you a wonderful storyteller. I was just listening, didn't see the interview, but painted a picture for me. Felt like I was sitting on the couch with her. Well, thank you. Y'all know I pride myself on taking down good notes so I can tell y'all exactly what went on, play by play. So that's what happened. I'm ready for part 2. It looked like the conversation is about to get heavy. I seen the tremble in the top lip. I seen the eyes get watery. So I know she finna come on with the come on. It was juicy in the beginning. I think the second part is about to be deep and dark, and we finna be clutching pearls and holding our chests in part 2. Now, that's what I believe. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. Okay? Right, Helga. So my mom told me she wanted to abort me, baby, and I agree. That little boy be fine. Exactly. That's that new way of thinking. Every little thing is trauma and upset. Oh, I'm so sad. Child, if you don't go over there, eat a fried bologna sandwich, drink some Kool-Aid, and shut the hell up. I'm so sick of these little sensitive behind people. Don't mind me. I digress. Not you, Megan, but I'm just saying that whole sensitive, attitude about every little thing. You ready to cry and piss all over the place. I hate that. Ashley said, I think it's worse when you say your child was an accident message tell. I mean, hell, what you call it? It ain't no accident, because you intentionally laid down and parted your legs like the Red Sea. You didn't accidentally slip and fall on no penis. You knew what the hell you was doing. Ain't no goddamn accident. Her daddy wasn't wrong either, but I'm just saying, had it been the girl, hey, before I'd have let a Negro turn me into a baby mama. Dana said, I love you, Florida girls. That's why, that's it. I'm moving to Florida. I love it. Diva 2 said, I tell my daughter all the time, now that she's older, she understands where I was coming from. No, ma'am. I know that's right. Ain't nobody finna, I'm so glad Royce is able to talk, because he had successfully made everybody not listen to her. Even say it's not a big deal to know your mom thought about abortion. It's a realistic option. Thank you, Peanut. That's mama's baby. Okay. But all that accident stuff, I don't believe until how's a child an accident. You knew what you was doing. You're not crazy. You knew exactly what you was doing. Trey say, why listen to the interview when I have you? I appreciate it. So look, y'all, some other stuff that went on, and we has got to talk about it. Wrong with y'all friend Tasha K? What is wrong with y'all friend Tasha K? Now y'all know, and I'm gonna say it again because it bears repeating. Y'all know me. When you're right, I got your back. When you're wrong, listen, we got to talk about exactly, is it crack? I need to know if it's crack. So I'm gonna let y'all hear an audio. I'm gonna let y'all hear an audio, honey. Whew. Is it crack? Is it crack? So now let me give you a little background. Now, what she did, this was, I want to say yesterday, it was on the blogs, yesterday or the day before, where she was hating on Nelly and Ashanti. And I do mean hating because it ain't no other way to put it. It was uncalled for, it was unsolicited, there was no reason for it. It came out of nowhere. Oh, Ashanti, you doing too much with Nelly. You doing too much. You done got him a car. And that. Why he need 3 parties? Because them Negroes is rich. That's what rich people do. The rest of us, the best we can do is throw you a good party, do a couple of wardrobe changes, and buy you multiple cakes. Okay, so they did what rich people do. He bought her expensive stuff, she bought him expensive stuff, and then she was talking about why you got his face on your pocketbook. Because she can't mind your tax bracket, mind your business. So I seen that. I didn't touch on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, yesterday we had to talk about these men who thought it was okay to become aggressive and disrespectful to that black woman. And I got a problem with that, and I'm going to always have a problem with that. But now we got to address Tasha K's mess too, okay? Because some of the stuff she does is hard down harmful. So people was getting on her by hating on them on them rich black folks, because that's what she was doing, and ain't no other way she can paint that that's gonna satisfy me or nobody else with more than 10 brain cells. You hating. You seeing them people walking around giggling. Every time you see Nelly and Ashanti, they giggling like Patrick and SpongeBob, like they got an inside joke that the rest of the world don't know a goddamn thing about. Okay? Them people is happy. You don't know their story. I don't know their business. It is what it is. Okay? They both of them went back to an old flame. We call it old flame for a business for a reason. That's an old story. People been doing it. Okay? So she decides she gonna address the people talking about her hating. And to me, you hating on somebody, whatever. That's apparently most of these people do on social media. I just watch and wait for something real to happen so we can talk about it. I don't even address the hating and stuff. You hate, whatever. Some people miserable. Maybe it's your waistline. Maybe it's your booty. Maybe it's your hair. Maybe it's your skin. I don't know what got you upset, but I don't never address the hating stuff. But in her trying to like justify the hating, she went too far. Yeah, Monique, see, I don't mind if you nuck, if you buck. If somebody disrespect you, you supposed to. But this right here was uncalled for. I'm going to let y'all hear this because it makes no sense.
Don't give a fuck. Here's what I'm going to say. Don't get it wrong. I said what the fuck I said about them. I'm like, you doing too much out here, Ashanti, with the face on the purse, the 3 more fucking birthday parties. And remember, Nelly said back when, y'all was dating the first time, because I remember this, he said that you were pushing hard to be in that relationship. And he just didn't want it. He didn't want you. And see, I'm a firm believer that in relationships, if something leaves you and it comes back, then it already learned the lessons that it went through. And so everything is solidified. Why not make it official? It's because he doesn't want to marry you. Listen, everybody's saying, oh, Tasha K hating. You can call it hate or whatever you want to call it. I don't give a. That's why everybody triggered. It's not hate, because what I want to see is for her to win. How are you light skinned? How are you absolutely gorgeous?
Light skin.
You was tired of going on vacation all them years as a side bitch. Never, ever had another nigga in a picture with you. Nobody's out here putting babies in you. What I'm saying is, I'm tired of yelling, surprise! Bitch, I want to go.
So y'all get the gist. But what's drawing people's attention and ire is, how are you light skinned and pretty or gorgeous, or however she positioned that. What the hell that girl complexion got to do with any of it? And I'm speaking on this because this ain't the first time Tasha K has really embarrassed herself and made a donkey out of herself. Mentioning people's complexion is absolutely giving jealousy. It's the same thing. I'm sorry. I don't care how nobody take it. Sometimes we got to go and call a thing a thing. It's the same thing she do when it come to Beyonce. Just, you know, none of us know nothing about this lady, but you know, let's just make up stories and start calling people witches and all like their name and stuff. What the hell is wrong with you? And so in the middle of her being back with this man, Tasha is bringing up old stuff like, oh, she pushed too hard for it. So what? And then now that they back together, we all watched that verses when he ran to get her. So the fact that he was younger and wasn't ready for a relationship, and he went and ran her down because he say he ready for one. Nobody knows the truth but the Lord. Because you know, men got three hearts. They got one that's come out their mouth. They got one that's in their actions, and they got one they don't show nobody. So God only knows what the truth is, but he went pursuing her. And so now she's reciprocating. And from all we can see is giggling and sniggling on the internet. If you want to say that, you know, you want to see them married, then just say that. Why are you saying all this nasty derogatory stuff? It's almost like she going off on a tangent with the, oh, you too light skinned and pretty. And he didn't want you. It's like you have to prove that, you know, maybe you're more desirable. Because later on in that same rant, she goes on to say, oh, she beautiful, but you know, brains before beauty, but you know, or brains is something, and you whatever, however she put in, and you look good, but not good enough for him to marry you, B. And I'm sitting here like, what do looks have to do with anything? If she was going to settle for someone who needed a green card, she could have been married a long time ago too. If she was going to settle for somebody who was going to be possibly cheating on her with one of her employees, she could have been married a long time ago too. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she tried to make it into some kind of thing where she's comparing herself to Ashanti, because that's exactly what she was doing with the brains versus beauty stuff. Ashanti is absolutely brainy. She was smart enough to make her money and keep it. It ain't went broke. She's been smart enough not to let nobody turn her into a baby mama. She's been smart enough to do a lot of things. So let's not turn it into a competition. And the fact that she pulled up that you too light skinned, as though that's an attribute or that's some type of bargaining chip or like a value. Tasha, do you hate yourself? Do you hate yourself, sister? I'm only asking. If somebody know it, y'all ask her. Sister, do you hate yourself? Because Tasha, in case you didn't know, there's nothing wrong with your complexion. Nothing at all. And Ashanti's not even light skinned. She's a nice caramel colored, you know, brown girl. Helga say Tasha has issue with women who are lighter complexion, especially if they're attractive. She uses her comedic tone to hide her venom. Tasha, go to God about your looks, baby. Yeah, because ain't nobody else responsible for that. Brittany Janae say, plus they not bothering nobody, and she always talking about skin. Yeah, like what is this light skin stuff, man? Like what is this 1984? If you don't let that light skin stuff go, it's giving I don't like myself. So I'm going to attack everybody that I feel has something that I feel is more valuable than me. Tasha K, Tasha K, Tasha K. How many times did I call you? 3 times. Someone's complexion being lighter than yours does not give them more value than you. A woman with a lighter complexion does not have more value than you. My love, you are just as valuable. And the only thing that takes away from your value is your dishonesty, your character, and your mouth. That is all. You do not have to set out on a campaign of trying to degrade and denigrate your sisters because they have a lighter complexion than you. Stop that. That is just as harmful as people who are non-black and biracial attacking actual black women because of their complexion. Your behavior actually feeds into the mindset that it's okay for women with lighter complexions to be hateful because women like you behave like this. And neither one is okay. Neither one is okay. Now, I saw people trying to say colorism. That is not colorism. That's a nasty attitude. That is prejudicial. That is absolutely self-hate, venom, and jealousy. But it's not colorism, because anything ism is a system. So this is not a system. This is just a person who has insecurities and a nasty attitude and a bad character. And quite frankly, you should be ashamed of yourself. You living your life through the male gaze. And because you feel like men, in particular black men, find women with lighter complexions more desirable or attractive, you have projected all of your venom toward those women. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Yes, you have nice dark skin, and so does your husband. But baby, here's a headline. Here's a news flash. Your daughter could have came out light skinned, honey. It could have happened. Because in black houses, children come out all kinds of colors. I'm this color. My brother is mellow yellow. I got a brother that's real black. I got a sister that's almost real black. I had one sister that the Lord took home to glory that was slightly darker than me. You could end up with all them colors in the same house. The fact that she actually places value on a complexion and then spits out venom towards sisters who actually happen to have a complexion lighter than hers, Tasha, you need to go to somebody's altar, bathe in blessed oil, and roll around and wait for the Holy Ghost to show up. Because that's evil, that's nasty, and you need help. And you raising a little girl. So are you trying to teach your daughter by attitude and action that she has less value because her skin ain't light? It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But like, that's a dangerous attitude to have. Brittany Janae say TK always talking about somebody's skin color. Yes, and it's sick. It's sick. Ashley say, I think it's smart when women don't settle for marriage. I know people clown on unmarried women, but most marriages are horror stories. I don't know about most, but I'll say a whole heck of a lot. It's a real hard story if you enter into it unadvisedly. Ian say she attacked April Jones a lot too. She definitely has a complex. Yes. She sees something that is lighter complected, or especially if someone has features that are not traditionally African, she sees them as less valuable, less beautiful. And she's angry about it because she feels like that's what she is. Because everything about Tasha K is a black woman. She has phenotypically African features. And I don't think she's ugly. I don't. Her shape is suspect as hell, but I don't think she. But her features and her complexion and her non-ether hair, it worries her. It to her has less value. So she feels like these people have something that's of more value. And she's angry about her own aesthetic. She doesn't love her own aesthetic. She's angry and bitter about it, and she's lashing out at people that she feels like has one up on her. Baby, they don't have one up on you. They just got something different. Hey, Lily, say Tasha never liked light-skinned people. That's why she hate Cardi. That's one of the reasons. One of them. Hey, sis. But it's just ugly. Like, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. And I'm saying it because she's not the only sister that feels and behaves that way. She is not. I have watched it play out time and time again. High Vibe said Ashanti and Nelly in their 40s, maybe they just want to be life partners. She trying real hard to discredit their relationship. I think because she needed to feel like, well, she pretty, she look better than me. She has this value of a lighter complexion, and she has a desirable shape. Nobody's talking about, the triangle body on her and little legs or whatever. So she might look better. She might be more desirable, but she wanted to hang on to the fact that, well, Nelly didn't want her. And it's like, it's hard to hang on to that when now he running around like he could eat a link of her mess. Sometimes just be happy for people, but y'all gonna realize the people that you see that can't be happy for folks, it's because they just not happy. They just not happy. And not being happy with your own face, body, complexion, hair, whatever, your voice, your name, that is the most heinous version of unhappiness. Helga say, I believe TK does dislike herself. It shows in her character. It does. It does. The way she makes mockery of herself. Miss Thelma say Tasha has got to have issues. She keeps showing them to us. She keeps showing us her issues, unprovoked, might I ask. Ian say sad thing is Tasha is beautiful. It's her attitude and how she treat people that's ugly. Say it again, cause she ain't ugly. I done heard people call her ugly, but I'm like, y'all doing too much. Her attitude is nasty, but let's not conflate issues. You can have a nasty attitude and not be ugly. She's not ugly. Michelle Cherise Hayes say, I can't stand the light skin versus dark skin that some of us do. But it's not just them doing it. This is about internal issues and internalized self-hate. When someone has internal self-hate, they're not doing light skin, dark skin. No, what they're doing is displaying. You're seeing a display of that internal self-hate. It's spilling out because this person is damaged. They're hurt. They need therapy. They need to work through it. And they have not had that come to Jesus moment. So they just lashing out at everybody. Jen Jones say exactly. When will we leave self-hatred and realize that regardless of the hue, them folks still see us as black? You better say it again. You black either which way. To anybody who ain't black, when they see you, you black. No, it ain't done because it's still in their brain. They just took that shackle off your foot. Some of our folks walking around with that shackle still on their brain. Y'all ought to ask yourselves why they felt so comfortable to take that shackle off your foot, because they knew your mind was already chained up. They didn't need a shackle on your foot. Took the shackle off your foot, and I would say 60% of black folks right now, I ain't finna go to Africa. That's why they don't need no shackle. They know you ain't trying to escape. You're going to stay right here on the plantation and say, yes, the boss, every morning at 7:30 while you punch that clock. Be afraid to own your God. Tell the truth about your own people. You're going to be afraid to tell the truth about anything. You're going to say whatever they tell you to say, hate who they tell you to hate, regurgitate whatever narrative they tell you to regurgitate, and you're going to hate your own people. They don't need no chain on your foot when it's wrapped around your brain. Janae said, I'm starting to think Tasha K wish she was light-skinned and had European features. That's what it's given. And it's unfortunate because she does have a daughter. Lynette's Beauty say she needs to let go of the white slave masters lie about our people. Her and a whole lot of other folks. It's about 1 million other ones just like her. Ian the Court Junkie say you got to treat everybody fairly. You never know the complexion. You never know the complexion, hair texture, racial aesthetic God might put your blessing in, so you better be careful. That's true. Why you being mean and nasty? You're right. That same person you being nasty to might be in a position to bless you or be your destiny helper, and you playing crazy. Ashanti is gorgeous, but it was the fact that, and she said she was pretty. You too light skinned and too, ma'am. Quiet Storm say Tasha and Range need to start a self-love support group. Child. Both of them victims of the same system. Because you got Rings, neck as y'all call her, enforcing and using and benefiting from colorism. And then you have people like Tasha K who've been victims of it. And so now she's bitter and lashing out and has learned to hate herself as a result of that system called colorism. So they both two sides of the same dirty coin. Yeah, the attitude is what make her ugly. Tasha ain't ugly. She just stupid. Dana say it's her character flaw, self-hate in her blackness. Yeah, you know, anybody who sits up and you don't love yourself, you're not going to love other black folks either. When you see black people sitting up saying nasty stuff about other black people, I can't stand black people. Black people, that's somebody that don't love themselves. They don't. I see Ian sending Quiet Storm to the corner. What she done now? Let me see what she did. Let me go back and review the tape. Quiet Storm, what did you do? Because I know you did something. What did you do? Oh, about the self-hate podcast? Girl, yeah, Ian, send her to the corner. Get in that corner. I almost let her slide. I sure did. Thank you, Ian. You caught her. Get in there. I said all that to say this. Y'all gonna stop this stuff. And let me tell you something else. When y'all see this type of stuff, call them out. Don't let them slide. Call them out. Call them out. Yeah, we calls her Rings over here. You know, her and Robert is Robert and Rings. And my sister be on the phone. She call them Neck and Shoulders. So either one, we'll take them. They interchangeable. Robert and Rings, Neck and Shoulders, Mutt and Jeff, whichever one you want to use. Whichever one you want to use, we gonna, it works. All of them works. So now, that's that on that. That's all I got on it. I'm not gonna drag her. I'm not here to beat her up. But she got to stop this, the self-hate train. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. Not in you raising a little black girl. No, ma'am. And when y'all see this stuff on social media, call it out. Lord Quiet Storm says she needs snacks in the corner. Lord. We're going to have to call Uber Eats. We're going to have to call Uber Eats. So that had happened. I'm disappointed. I'm not happy with Tasha, but that happened. And then another real quick, before we get to the RHOP sneak peek with Karen and Mia, because I got a few things to say about that too. Shannon Sharp and Ocho got darn saying people don't want black men holding microphones and getting in front of cameras now. Hey, Lala. This is why they don't want them in front of cameras. So they went to talking about this lady. What is her name? I wrote it down because I will forget. Yvonne Orgy. I did see where she was talking about. I saw a clip. I guess she was interviewing with somebody and was discussing the fact that Ian, you crazy. Discussing the fact that she's still clean. She's 39 and still clean. And I think that is wonderful. And so these men felt like, oh, let's have a key moment about this woman being clean. Now, what I find interesting about that, I'm going to play the audio. What I find interesting about that is when young women are more sexually liberated, shall we say, and they out here popping coochie, slanging their hips everywhere, just flanging for everybody, and doing whatever. And the ones that ain't even doing it for everybody, they just take control of their own bodies. They enjoy having agency over their own bodies. They are not afraid of fornication, And listen, I don't have a problem with that because everybody ain't saved. If we ain't got the same God, then my God's rules, I'm not looking at you like, why you not following them? Hell, you ain't saved. I don't expect you to do what I do, But these men, all of a sudden, these Negroes that never go to church unless it's somebody's funeral, they all become Bible scholars and reverend fathers. The minute a black woman says, I'm in charge of my sexuality and you can't touch me unless you meet my standards because this is my body, this is my thing. I can throw it in the air and it turn to sunshine. They write a song about it, shake their booty to it. These same men cry blood. Now this young lady, and actually I find her a breath of fresh air. Absolutely admirable. And I love her energy. And the fact that she's very clear that, hey, no, 39 still clean. When I get married, that man gonna need good insurance, and he's gonna need strong faith in God because she gonna do something strange to him. And I believe it because she been pinned up for a while. Okay, so I thought it was, it was a cute moment. It was a very ladylike moment. She talking about her own personal experience. And I thought it was fine. If people can be free to talk about slanging it around the globe, she should be free to talk about the fact that she's keeping it to herself. So why that became a topic of conversation for Ashley Ocho and Granddaddy Shay, I don't know. And the fact that Ocho had the nerve to say, like, to try to put it as though he wanted her to date Shannon Sharp. First of all, Shannon Sharp likes clear women and he smoked Black and Miles, which clearly means he might fight you. Absolutely not. That's number one. Number two, he old as hell. What the hell make you think that this lovely young lady who's only 39 want to be with old grandpa to get worms after he done dug around in all these clear women who may or may not be clean because they're always bragging about how they don't bathe. Now, I don't care what nobody say. Anybody lay up and hunch people that have a history of not washing their behinds, you can't touch me with the hand of God. Absolutely not. So I thought that was insulting as it were. And then he did it in a way that he was trying to like set him up to say something rude, nasty, or ugly about this lady. And I'm gonna let y'all hear what these clowns actually did say. I want y'all to hear this. Ian, what you say? Chad Ocho been tripping all week. Yeah. Now he did try to redeem himself a little bit behind that mess that went on with little Keith Lee. But he turned right around and pissed me off again. I think that's just what he do for a living. It's just piss me off personally. I'm about to think that he goes to meetings with people and just says, you know what, there's just this little old lady and I just want to piss her off. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm joking. I joke. That man don't know me. Say ain't a chance in hell. Thank you. Them people don't bathe. And I ain't saying nothing that they ain't already said. They told y'all they don't bathe. They don't wash. They not interested in washing. And with that being said, you're not touching me. You don't bathe. And if you can go lay up with somebody who don't bathe and you hunching on somebody that don't bathe, please stay far away from me because I don't want no charges. I'm not interested in no charges. Thank you, management. I know I had it and then I let it drop. Let me pull it back up. Because y'all got to hear this. It was just so disgusting. Hold on. I know I'm not crazy. But I guess I am a little crazy, huh? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna go. As I still had her video pulled up. I didn't want to play hers because she didn't say nothing out the way. And shout out again to her. She's very lovely. I don't know what I did. Y'all, I dropped it and can't get it back. Let me try. This is where old age and technology don't work well together. It just don't. I can mess up anything. Because I really wanted y'all to hear what these clowns had to say. Well, it looked like I can't remember what I did with it. It looked like I can't remember what I did with it. So you may have to go listen on your own. Not look like you're going to have to because I can't remember what I did. This is why I write stuff down. And the first time I don't write something down, I can't remember it. And y'all want to pick at me because I like notebooks. This is why I like notebooks. This. Because without that notebook, my brain will go blank and I can't remember where I put that clip. And I know I saved it somewhere. Hold on. I know how to get it. You gonna watch Royce's interview? You should. You should. Hold on. I know how to get it, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay. No, that's on somebody else's channel, so I'm not gonna play that. I may not be able to be honest. I may not be able to because not the only place I'm seeing it is on somebody else's YouTube, so I'm not gonna do that. But in any event, disgusting. Shannon Sharp goes on to say he want a sinner. And Ochocinco was steady trying to like make jest of this lady, like, oh, you need you a lady like this, because then can't you imagine y'all be on them flights and she could be reading the Bible to you? And I'm like, this lady didn't say nothing about that. She didn't say nothing about she sit up reading her Bible. Like none of those things were said. And it's like they went out of their way to be rude. They went out of their way to be derogatory. And I was like, okay, so y'all clowning yet again. Just like y'all sat up there when Ocho ran off at the mouth about Keith Lee and had to come back and eat a little bit of crow because his daughter got it together. And right after that, so did Keith Lee, which I was like, yes, thank you. Glad somebody got him because he was all the way out of pocket. And to be honest, I hope somebody get him about this here too, because this was just too much as per normal. At this point, I'm starting to expect that this is just what they do. And I don't know who put them on this podcast together, but it just keeps happening. And I don't know who we can write a letter to make it stop. But clearly, it ain't stopping no time soon. No time soon is it stopping. So let's get on over here to this RHOP sneak peek. Let's slide over here. So, first of all, with the RHOP sneak peek, we get Karen actually meeting up with Mia. And we see where Mia reached out to her via FaceTime to invite her or whatever because she wanted to quote unquote apologize. But I didn't feel like it was really finna be no real apology. Mia's still full of crap. So, she is about the lies from last year where she sat there and was like, oh, I heard that you had sex in the bathroom and one of my friends owned the place and you was going with his friend, just making up stuff. Ain't nobody told Mia that. Mia is a liar. She just don't want to say, oh, I just dry lied on you. Okay. But, she was like, lied about what? What do you mean lied about what? So Karen was like, look, I ain't been nothing but supportive to you. And shout out to production. Production is the extra housewife on the show. And production did show where production showed, the scene where Robin and Giselle, Robin and Rings, head and neck and shoulders, was sitting out there talking about her. And Karen was the only person in that conversation who had her back about the cancer, not cancer. Hey, SJ, you at work? All right. Thank you for stopping through. And so hit the like button. And so then they showed that clip from the Lobster and Steak strip club where Mia is sitting there listening to Sharice telling lies about Karen screwing the bartender, just all kind of rude, vulgar lies. Like it was just disgusting. It was really disgusting. And so Mia was like, well, I didn't lie. I didn't lie. Somebody really did tell me that. Ain't nobody told you that. Ain't nobody told you that. Not a soul. Because if somebody had told you that, why is this the first time we hearing it? Why is this the first time we hearing it if somebody done told you that before? How come? Where would that even come from? And why would somebody just randomly walk up to you and say something like that? I don't know. I don't know. But I guess we're going to have to see how that goes. Hey, Shalon. But I'm like, we just going to have to see how that goes. That's all I can say. Hey, my argument is, but quite frankly, I feel like Mia ain't really trying to apologize. I think she just wants Karen to be willing to film with her and interact with her. But I do not believe for a minute, not for 1 minute, that she's sorry about telling that lie. I think if it come down to it, she gonna tell another one. The only thing that may stop her from telling another lie on Karen is if she need Karen and she too busy trying to track down this stuff going on between her, Gordon, and her new man, and trying to see how much money she can get up off Gordon before she run off with her new man. Hey, D. Marie. Okay, so now real quick, that boy Jordan Poole, the one Cameron had made the statement that he paid $500,000 to go on a date with Ice Spice. He said that ain't true. Okay, y'all, I found the clip. I found it.
Right places being union. I followed. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with because she would be perfect for you and what you have going on. Not only is she walking the path of righteousness, but she has the vision that can open the door where you trying to get to. Now, what you think about that?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Should be Miss Nasty B. What her name was? The one that you said with the umbrella?
Nasty.
Yeah. I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking straight and narrow.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
So,
I want a sinner.
Listen, I thought we
that's what I'm looking for.
We always talk about toxic relationships or toxic environments, and now you have a perfect opportunity. You have the perfect opportunity to get you somebody that is aligned with your core values in the way you was raised by your grandma. You was raised in the church, right? You was raised in the church?
Yeah.
So this is a God-fearing woman. This is exactly what grandma would want. This is what I want for you. This is what I want for you, man. I'm telling you, this will prepare you into a world you've never been before. Think about before you do nightcap with Uncle Ocho, me, you, and Yvonne. We have prayer right before we do each show. Stay with me now. Yeah, stay with me. I'm telling you, you need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the bottle right there by my bed. Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
So y'all hear all this clowning because Ochocinco was not being sincere at all. I felt like that was very ugly, very disgusting. I felt like they were trying to make mockery of that young woman and her faith and the fact that she's decent. And the truth of the matter is, I personally believe that when a girl is decent and clean and successful and God has crowned her with blessings and she's going from grace to grace, she deserves better than a Shannon Sharp. That's all I'm saying. And it's a lot of y'all out here. I don't know who need to hear this. You deserve better than something like a Shannon Sharp. Okay? You deserve better. Don't ever let nobody play you. But back to this situation, this conversation. Ooh, I ain't touching that. This it ain't even conversation. This is an honorable mention, y'all. The young man that Cameron ran his big mouth, because these men be gossiping and talking crap worse than women. And he ran his big mouth talking about this young man, Jordan Poole, and talking about he paid $500,000 to go on a date with Ice Spice. Honey, that young man corrected that nonsense. Let me remind y'all of what he said, and I'm going to let y'all hear what the young man said.
You spent $500,000 on the Ice Spice date.
He's a munch.
You're a munch, and you're playing like a fucking munch. This is not you from last year, bro. Go back to Milwaukee and figure it the fuck out and get back in the playoffs because you look crazy. So
just y'all talking about sports. You went and brought this lady into it. You cussing and go. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all forgive me. Musky, dusty Negro males are really annoying me lately. I don't know what they got going on, but it ain't working. But it was disgusting. And so he made that statement. And now this is what the young man said.
Is the Ice Spice thing true?
Definitely not.
Wait, are you allowed to sign this? Is the Ice Spice thing true?
Definitely
not.
So I guess a fan, reporter, blogger, whoever asked, is that Ice Spice thing true? And he said, definitely not. So, these men on these podcasts, I said all that to say this. don't listen to nothing they say. They be lying backwards and forwards. Don't think they got no inside track or they heard some real scoop or gossip. They gossip just like us, and unfortunately, we're better at it because he didn't even get that straight. And I'm glad that young man cleared his name from the mess. Me is personally. So y'all, that's all the gossip that I'm gonna touch. Now it's some other things going on, and y'all gonna have to hit the blogs on your own to get with it. But I ain't gonna touch all of it. Some of that stuff I just no. Nope. Tyrese got a questionable picture up. The answer is no. Not touching it. Yeah, it's a lot of no's. It's a lot of no's for me. There is a quick yes though. Those of y'all who following BG, y'all might want to check him out. He took some beat that Sexy Red had, the Shake Your Dreads or whatever. It sound dumb with her, and I'm not dissing Sexy. Y'all know I like Lil Janae to a certain degree, but baby, BG got on that beat and turned it to a whole different song. Let me find out 2024 about to have some real music coming back. It's looking like the Hot Boys might be coming back. Like it's really about to be something. So y'all might want to go check out BG on that beat. I can't play it here because I don't want copyright for her music or nothing like that. But I'm just saying you might want to go check that out. But look, y'all, listen. I'm hungry. Yeah, that's a fact. And I'm finna get me a cold one. And I'm gonna sit up and watch a little telly, and I'm gonna eat because I am hungry. And I'm actually excited that I can eat this early in the day because I usually never can. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right. But if some good gossip come back, you know I'm gonna come back too, right? What you say, girl? Cameron should go in a crawl space where he came from. He should with them pink fur coats. And Shay do need to chill out. The nerd talking about you want a center. That's all you're good for. He ain't good enough for a clean girl. All he needs is a center. That's all he deserves. That's all he deserves with his little dingy self. Absolutely not. But look, y'all, that's the gossip. That's all I got that I'm gonna touch. I got fresh notebooks. I got pens full of ink. So if anything go down, I'm gonna write it down, and we're gonna come in here and we're gonna talk about it. And we gonna laugh and kiki together, okay? But look, y'all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Y'all say Taco Tuesday, so I sure hope y'all get some tacos, okay? My sis sent me a couple of dollars for love. Thank you. A million times over. I might take that and go get me a taco. You never know. So look, I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit later. Please be positive and productive. Encourage some folks. Y'all know how we do around here. And if nobody else says it to you, remember, God loves you. I love you. Ain't nothing else you can do about it. Hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe, share, and join membership if you'd like. There's a join button at the bottom of the video. And go ahead and hit that description box and grab them links for my wish list, the Amazon storefront, and merchandise. Talk to y'all later, okay? Bye, y'all.